My concern, Mr. Chu, is I don't believe it is technically possible to accomplish what TikTok says it will accomplish through Project Texas. I just think that there are too many backdoors through that process to allow that to be possible, and I think a malicious actor would succeed in inserting malicious code in there if they wanted to. But I see we're out of time. I hope we get an opportunity to talk some more about this. I yield back, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I'd like to yield the balance.
Congressman, you have given me no
Mr.
time to
Obernolte
answer your
of
questions.
California.
I reject the characterizations.
I yield it
Who
to
are you
Mr.
yielding
Obernolte.
to, Dr. Dunn? Mr. Obernolte? Okay.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Chu, I'd like to continue our discussion of Project Texas, if we could. Part of Project Texas is that engineers at Oracle will review the algorithms used by TikTok to confirm that they're free of foreign influence. I have a question about that because we're talking about AI, that's a very generic term. Do you use machine learning to influence the algorithms at TikTok?
This gets very technical, and we have published several blogs about this, which I can forward to your team.
Okay.
But yes, it's mainly based on interest signals.
Right, okay,
Like,
so here's my question. How could looking at the algorithm confirm that it's free from foreign influence? Because the algorithm is just a neural net architecture with inputs and outputs and weights, and how to train that. I mean, the influence is an external factor. So I'd appreciate it if you could give us, I see we're out of time again, a written answer to that. But again, I'm concerned that what you're proposing with Project Texas just doesn't have the technical capability of providing us the assurances that we need. I yield back, Madam Chair.
I would like to turn over the rest of my time to Mr. Obernolte.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Chu, I'd like to continue asking the question that we ran out of time last time. So as part of Project Texas, you're going to have engineers at Oracle review the algorithms, the machine learning algorithms that TikTok uses to ensure that they're free from foreign influence. But as you and I were discussing, reviewing the algorithms doesn't do anything. The algorithms are simple. That's not where the secret sauce is. The secret sauce is in the data used to train them and the outcomes that you're asking them to predict. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually believe that with third-party monitoring, you can identify a lot of the motivation of the code. And with enough third-party expert, you can identify a lot of what the code is designed to do.
But how would you verify that you couldn't ask the algorithm for a different outcome than the one that the rest of the source code is asking for?
The algorithm will be trained with this. Again, it's very technical, but it will be trained based on weights, for example, and those are things that we can verify. You know, what weights are you putting on lights?
If you could give us a written response to that, I'd appreciate it because I'm interested. Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.
With that, I yield the rest of my time to my colleague, Jay Obernolte.
Thank the gentlelady from Iowa for yielding. Mr. Chu, I'd like to continue our discussion about Project Texas and the technical details about what you're proposing to do. So you are migrating all storage of U.S. user data to the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and you think that that'll be done by the end of the year. Was that right?
Again, I can get back to you on the technical parts of it. The migration today, by default, all new U.S. data is stored by default already.
Sir, I'm just using what you said in your testimony in your opening here.
It is stored there by default. What I said in my testimony is I'm deleting legacy data that sits in Virginia and Singapore. That's the difference.
When this migration is complete, who will have access to that data?
Right now, a team called TikTok U.S. Data Security, led by American personnel, they have access to that. We have begun this operations already.
Okay, but the app itself has access to the data, correct?
Only through them. You know, any employees that have the data are through
what I
them.
mean is, like, if I lose my iPhone and I reinstall the app and I put in my username and password, my app will reconnect to the mothership and download some of that data, my settings.
That's not the way it works. No, that's not the way it works. It will go through the Oracle Cloud infrastructure and that team that looks after this.
Yes, I realize that. So let me ask you this. What would prevent, then, someone with detailed technical knowledge of the way the app is constructed from creating an almost identical version of the app that could also access that data?
That's what we are giving you third-party monitors and transparency.
Yeah, but they're monitoring the source code for your app. I mean, ByteDance these engineers have been working on this app for years. What would prevent them from making an app that could also access that data?
Congressman, I think we're going into the area where, what if there's a hacker? What if there is this?
Okay.
This
If
is a
you
common
could-
industry problem, as you know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I see my time's expired. It illustrates the point.
Okay.
I'm just skeptical that you're technically
Gentleman's time
able
has
to do.
expired.
what you
Gentlelady's time
promised.
has expired. Mr. Chu, I recognize that we have run over. I appreciate your time. We have just a few members left and would appreciate the chance for them to get to answer or ask their 5 minutes worth of questions.